Hey guys, what's up? It's Mars here, and we're gonna take on the Black Knight, and I forgot about this guy. So he actually came from like where the barrel was in one of the first episodes, if you guys remember. I just forgot about him real quick, so it's not a big deal. I didn't know whether to go with the arrow or soul arrow, but I decided the arrows would be a better thing because I thought I would hit him more than once, but sure enough, I kind of failed. So it's really a straightforward fight. I like to bring them all the way up top, where those kind of three guys are, or whatever. It just feels like a safer area because it's kind of wide open. So this is why I like to fight them here. I'm able to kind of get behind them and go for the backstab really easily. I mean, otherwise you got to fight them in that little corridor, and it's really kind of a pain in the ass. Really not. I don't know. It's just not easy to like get it like that. So he's pretty tough. He's kind of got that move where he'll hit you 3 times, and then I guess you can go for the extra swing. And I almost guffed it up. I mean, I almost totally messed it up, but it wasn't too bad as to kind of like screw me up. So I was able to kill him, no problem. I got a Titanite chunk, which will be used later on. And I mean, that's about it for that. I was actually stupid and I forgot to go pick up the ring that he's actually guarding, because he is guarding a ring. So I will do that in a kind of future episode. It's not a ring I really need. It's never really saved my ass at all. So it's not a big deal. So I'm going to make my way to the depths, or at least try to get to it, which is an area that has one of the more important items in the game for me, and that's the large ember. And that will be used to upgrade my weapon even further. Well, weapons, I guess, because I will probably do the bows like that as well. So if you guys remember, we acquired the basement key. I'm just showing you where we are exactly. So I can use it to open this and kind of make my way down. I'm going to open a shortcut, which is not super handy because once you're done with this area, there is another shortcut, and I like using that one more. But this will open up a shortcut to, well, I guess you'll see in a minute. A door that we weren't able to open before is now kind of open, so I can use this way or another way, which I prefer using the other way. If you'll see it will all make sense in a minute. So this is where I kind of killed the guys, and where I just was with the Black Knight. So this is the area. The reason I like the deaths, there is also, I guess, a pretty good place to farm. You can farm rats for humanity, and you can farm these kind of green slime things for Titanite shards and green Titanite shards. And it's really kind of handy if you put your humanity all the way up and you have the gold covetous serpent ring, I think, is your ring for item discovery. If you have those on, then you can pretty much, for every 2 to 3 slime things you kill, you can pretty much get a shard, a Titanite shard, which is really, really good. It's kind of a good ratio rather than some of the other things in the game. Though you can buy them, but it's easier to, or preferable to farm rather than buying them.
Somebody, please let me out of here.
So this guy is our neighborhood sorcerer, I guess.
I'm finished.
And this is where I was able to get the catalyst for free rather than what I did, though it was just 500 souls. It's not a big deal. You don't want to swing at these barrels because when there's an NPC near them, you take the chance of actually hitting them. So just roll into it. It's a lot safer that way.
You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved.
So I've heard speculation that Griggs here of Vinheim, the sorcerer, that he was stuck in this room, but he wasn't alone, right? You had another sorcerer with him, and that's what I picked up, is just an undead, like a corpse with the sorcerer outfit and the catalyst, dressed much like he is. But why was he dead, and why was he in that barrel? Did Griggs kill him? It's a big possibility that Griggs killed him and put him away there, not to be found again. We never know. So that's kind of the speculation that it goes, and it's quite interesting to think of it that way, because you don't necessarily do that, because he doesn't talk about it. It's never mentioned, but you can speculate that that's maybe what happened. So I don't know. It's an interesting little thing. Now Griggs will, much like the other NPCs, will be at Firelink Shrine when I go back. and that's exactly what I'm going to do very shortly once I can, and once I open another shortcut. I didn't know how to deal with these guys, so I figured I'd go with the bow. It is safer, and I did not know you could do that. I got a double hit, so I don't know if it pierced through one guy and hit the other. I didn't know anyway, so I found that really interesting. It was cool to do. Really surprising. I pulled it off as like, oh yeah, I did that. But honestly, truly, I didn't know that could actually happen. So it's pretty cool to find out once you use different weapons and items in different ways of playing a game, and you don't necessarily know you can do such a thing. It's cool. Now, if you hit at the right angle, you're actually able to hit these guys inside the door. It's kind of like a secret thing, but they're actually like right next to the door, so you can kind of get it where you actually hit them. They won't actually spawn or come out until you go further on, so I like getting them all to spawn like that and falling back, though I did get hit by a throwing knife, not a big deal. These bandits, I guess, these thieves, which are pretty, you know, are using the same setup that you start with more or less. They're pretty tricky because they can actually parry, and you can get in big trouble with that because if you're not prepared, if you're not at full health, you can actually die quite easily from these parries. They'll do all sorts of things. They're kind of sneaky. They're one of the, I guess, tougher like normal enemies in the game to fight in numbers because the way they act, the way they move around and stuff like that, and the way they will parry. So if you're trying to hit two of them or something like that, and one of them gets in the way and he actually like parries, then you're in big trouble. I was just trying to get this wolf to actually come here. I'm having fun with the bow. I'm using it like whenever I can, really, because I've never really touched it before. So it's cool to kind of use and test out and see how it is. I totally missed that, but not a big deal. So yeah, I'm enjoying this character build because it's not like my other characters, and that's the thing about Dark Souls I will always talk about and praise, is the fact that pretty much every character, every decision you make, you can play differently like all the time. You don't always have to play one certain way. Like I enjoy playing tank and being able to take hits and whatnot, and being able to be like really buff and armored, and at the same time, there you go, I got parried. At the same time, I like playing this more kind of cautious style, where I kind of go more or less go for the parries and the backstabs and whatnot, and then I just like playing the sorcerer, where I shoot from a distance and I kill from a distance and stuff like that. So I really enjoy Dark Souls because of the variety of ways you can play and stuff. It's one of those games, right? Skyrim is the same way. And I compare Skyrim with Dark Souls a lot because I actually played both games really close together. I think I played Dark Souls in October, and then I had played Skyrim like in November or December, within the same year. So I put in a good 150 hours, 120, 150 hours in Dark Souls, and then I did very much the same in Skyrim. So I like comparing those two games because I feel I can, because I put so much time in it, and I love both games. So yeah, these are games that give you the opportunity to play different play style. And another game like that, which I played and really loved, was Dishonored. You could choose to play kind of stealthy and never kill anyone in the whole game and get by, or you could choose to kill everyone. You could choose to do a half and half. And I really like games like that give you the choice and option to play whichever way you actually want to play. Of course, all games will be linear to a point, and like you have an end goal, then you have to. Did I say goal? Yeah, you have an end goal, and you have to follow it in a certain way to get there and to attain that. But the freedom of the play style is what's really important, and what I enjoy in games, and that's why I love these games so much. Why I hold them kind of dear to my heart is because of everything you can do with them. It's really cool. So you realize that door was locked. Where I put my soapstein, so why can I talk? Soapstein a little bit earlier is where the boss is, and you have to beat the boss to get the key to open the depths, and that's basically how it works. So this merchant lady, it reminds me of like that other merchant, the first one we met. It kind of reminds me of like a boyfriend or something. They're both undead and kind of creepy and just really weird. So they remind me like they work together or something. I don't know what she's got behind there, if it's a way to get back to him or something, but it just really creepy and weird. She sells a lot of moss, different mosses to kind of heal you in different ways, and she kind of pushes it on you. But it's really cool. She's got her own little story. She grows her moss and she lives there and she wants to sell it or whatever. And she's also got some helpful stuff, which I actually buy, are these pine resins. The fire one, the charcoal pine resin is pretty damn good. I haven't really tried my way at the poison one, but I may try it this playthrough just because I feel like I'll need as much stuff as I can to help me. So I bought a couple there to get ready for the next boss. And I was gonna buy a rotten. I decided not to. I hope it was an okay move to not do that. Now I'm gonna go unlock another shortcut, and this will bring us right back to Firelink. And this is the shortcut I like taking as opposed to the other one, just because I feel I'm around Firelink a lot more than I am in the Undead Burg, and so I just stay there. Plus the bonfire gives me my 10 Estus flask rather than having to kindle the bonfire at the Undead Burg if I haven't already done it. So that's kind of the way I like seeing it. It's not too far, and it brings you pretty much directly to Capra without having to fight all the extra like enemies that I did. It's just a couple enemies rather than a lot more and kind of harder enemies. So that's the way I do it. That's the way I maneuver around. So as soon as we get to Firelink, this is going to be over. So I want to say, if you guys want to play Capra with me, leave it in the comments and we'll do it. Otherwise, another boss later on. I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a bit shorter, just like the last one, and that's what I promised to do. So next episode, maybe we'll do it a little bit longer. It depends what you guys enjoy. So you can see Griggs is right there. He's kind of chilling, and he sells some spells, some sorceries. So I can buy some if I had enough souls. I could buy some of the upgrades or whatever. I think I'll buy the magic weapon eventually because it's actually quite useful. I haven't touched it all that much, but when I have, it's been really useful. But yeah. So as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and comment. If not, a dislike and comment. It just helps me kind of judge to see how you guys are enjoying the series thus far. I hope you're enjoying it because I like putting time into this. Like, it's really something that's enjoyable for me to actually do and put time into it. And even though I'm playing this game for like the third or fourth time over and multiple characters after, it's always fun to come back and actually do like a playthrough and talk about it, because not only can I teach you some stuff, I can learn some stuff as well by doing this. So it's kind of a new, I don't know, it's a new approach to this, one that I wasn't necessarily sure I was actually going to do, but it's definitely an approach I like doing. So hopefully this stays alive. Hopefully you guys enjoy it enough for the series to stay alive, and hopefully I can, you know, finish it, bring it all the way to the end. If not, it's just been a little guide until then. But yeah, after I repair this, this is over. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, bye.